Coast, Western, and now in Malawi. Lord, we praise your name because of our stakeholders. Thank you because of the partner schools that welcomed us, oh God. That, Lord, they provided a platform even for us to continue improving the quality of education in the name of Jesus. Thank you because of the many people that have been impacted through the various interventions, oh King of Glory. We thank you because of the donors, the partners, our Lord Almighty, people who have given skills and financial support to this work, Lord, for its growth. We thank you, Lord, because even of the next 10 years, oh God, we trust upon your grace, we trust upon you, Lord, because we know that you are the Lord who provides everything that we need, even for the impact of our society. We continue to rely upon you and to glorify you for the beautiful things that you have done in this place, oh God. We thank you and we honor you because of everyone who has graced this occasion today. We pray for the beginning of it to the end. We pray that you may be with us. And it is in the precious name of our Lord Jesus we pray and believe.
So please let's all be standing for the national anthem. Nguvu yetu. Be seated. Thank you. Thank you so much, Pamela Kirobo.
Mihango Primary sent a representative, Peter Mululu. Peter, kindly wave. From Xavier King, Shatami Victor, and Sharon Adiambo. Thank you so much for being here as well. Mr. Simon from Riverbank Pepper. We acknowledge your presence today. From committee, we have James Nganga, Sir James Nganga. We also have, with us today, we have teachers from Madari Primary. They are here and I'd just like to acknowledge their presence. They're seated on the other end. Clap for them. We also have alumni, and I'm alumni of PACE, a proud alumni, and I actually serve in this particular school. So this is my home. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of all alumni that serve in Pacemaker International. Our fellows that are currently serving, just wave and say hi. We are very proud of you. And the reason as to why we are all gathered today, if we didn't have learners, able clap for yourselves. Welcome, feel at home. If you see anyone in a yellow PACE t-shirt, that's an usher. If you need guidance on anything, just spot someone in a yellow t-shirt and they'll help you out with whatever you need. For the washrooms, we have the washrooms on my left, the ladies and the gents right here. So if you need to access them, you will easily find them on my left. For the learners, you can use the washrooms that you use on a daily basis.
So ladies and gentlemen, we extend our heartfelt gratitude to everyone who has been part of the Pacemaker International's journey.
We just get straight into the program. Are you happy to be here? Yes! 10 years, imagine. Mtoto amezaliwa, ametambaa na mkono nne, ameanza kutembea, ameenda shule. 10 years to class 5. All the way to class 5. This baby, if Space was a learner, angekuwa class 5 side. So it's such a milestone. I hope you enjoy the day. Dance, celebrate. We will have food, we will have cake. Feel free to celebrate. Sawa? Don't hold back.
Hey, asante sana. So at this moment, I'm going to welcome our host today, Mrs. Masharia, for her remarks. Pigie her teacher makofi akikuja.
Parents and peoples, good morning.
Good morning, Madam Masharia.
Yes, my name is, I'm fine, thank you. My name is Madam Erispa Macharia, head teacher Madari, JSS and Primary School. This morning, I am happy to welcome as we celebrate PACE International 10 years anniversary. It is my pleasure to welcome all of you in our school. It's the only public primary school in Hospital Ward in Mathare Sub-County. We are one of the beneficiaries of PACE International. We are very glad they have really assisted in the learning and teaching of this school through the PACE Fellows. Thank you very much. May you continue with that spirit. Before I wind up, behind me for our visitors, we have our who's here, the gents and the ladies. So feel welcome. Finally, I wish everyone a blessed day as we celebrate this event. And before I sit down, I would like to recognize the teachers of Madari Junior and Primary School. So wherever they are, kindly wave and sit down. Teachers, please.
Thank you very much. Wish you a joyful day as we celebrate PACE International.
Shall we appreciate Mrs. Macharia more? Your clap ni ya uchoyo. No. We'll do something structured. We will do something structured. I want us to do a factorial of 10. So to clap 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 1. Sawa. 1, 2, 3, go. Thank you so much, Mrs. Macharia, once again.
Thank you, Hilda. Thank you, Mrs. Macharia. So at this moment, there are learners from Mathari Primary who had prepared a presentation. Naomba wakikuja hapa tuwa encourage sana. Unajua si rahisi, hata kusoma hapa by the way msidhani ati ni rahisi. Sio rahisi, si kuenda shule kusomea hii. So at this moment, please, Mathari Primary with your presentation, karibuni sana. The stage is yours.
As we wait for the learners, allow me to acknowledge the presence of the former Deputy Mathari Primary, Mr. Kigo. Mr. Kigo was very supportive when I was a fellow here, and we appreciate you for gracing us with your presence.
And the big vibe, oh yeah, it's a brotherhood thing. It's a brotherhood thing. Sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la. My name is Roberto Amarula. Oh, have you seen my so sweet and fine like she comes in the morning, still have her in my night time. Gives me hangover, but I don't care, no. So smooth and clean like don't ever touch my Amarula. Fire, fire upon my road. You think my
Let's appreciate them again. Nimewambia sio rahisi. We still have Mathare Primary. They are coming to do a modern dance. So DJ, as they come up, please.
Don't ever touch my umbrella. And the big vibe, oh yeah, it's a brother. La 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 la, la 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 la. My name is Roberto Amarula. Oh, have you seen my Amarula? So sweet and fine like Amarula. She comes in the morning. Still have a human night. Gives me hangover, but I don't care, no. So smooth and clean like don't ever touch my Amarula. Fire, fire upon my road. You fit in my life, you fit in my head. You fit to go and say she don't get drunk easily. She can dance till 5 in the morning. No car, house or money, can never get to change her mind on me. Yes, I be a sugar daddy, and she don't want nobody but me. You like it when I go crazy. You I can never leave. Amarula, oh have you seen my Amarula? So sweet and fine like Amarula. She comes in the morning.
Shake your body. Angie, know you want me. like teasing, I know you like freaking, I know you sound easy. Angela, am I the one scheming? Am I the one cheating? Or you just don't feel me?
My sexy angel Angela, with you hakuna matata. Hunyashwa nipa furaha, itabidi tumechanga yusadaka. Akiwalai nimekuata, can't lose niko rada. Big size baby uko sawa. I'm addicted, Angela my dawa. Angie, body, shake your body. Angie, know you want me, try me.
Angela, I know you like teasing, I know you like freaking, I know you sound funny. Angela, am I the one scheming? Am I the one cheating?
1 2 1 Mikey cheki, tuna jampu makitenesi, kama kalambwanda na kalambwasi, na kama una msambwanda usiingie kati. Aluluwe kama mtu wachezi msabu, sema aluluwe kama mtu wachezi tumtoe. Nani anaweza kulicheza sagarumba? Nauliza nani anaweza kulicheza sagarumba? Kilote watoto wadogo wanataka nipote, labda nifukiwe chini wala wasiwangope. Shindo langu mimi mjikusanye wote. Ayasema shikamo dada, shikamo kaka, shikamo mama, shikamo baba. Aluluwe ukiona chezi mtamu.
Kizima tunachukua mandarama, si atu complain, hakuna kula kama kwa Yesu ni raha, hakuna madrama. Aya, makofi. I did have more than that. Makofi, makofi. Thank you so much for that modern dance. It's called a modern dance for anyone, and I'm not pointing, who may not know what that is called. Sawa. Maybe you may know this one. This is a folk dance by students of Mathare Primary. Makofi tena.
wasn't that entertaining? We have our board secretary, Gaduru, and the head teacher, Judima Johnson. You're welcome and thank you for joining us. Next, we have Moji Short Baba. Mnajua? The OG. I hope you'll enjoy this performance and just allow me, Moji, please. Mnajua wimbo gani ya Moji? Mnajua wimbo gani ya Moji? Zote. Sawa. Basi ataperform, mdance, mhype, msikie.
Sasa mnaniona? Kama nataka nifanyie mkono namna hii. Nafanya na wageni waheshimiwa na wakurugenzi, mko salama? I'm happy to be here to celebrate 10 years of the amazing work these guys do. And wapigieni makofi au sio? Wengine wenu hapa wako miaka 10, si ndio? Si miaka 10 ni mingi? Wapigieni makofi tena. Sasa because ni celebration, nataka sisi wote tusimame, si ndio? Ndio tuimbe pamoja, si ndio? Na sijui ni mimi nitakuja mahali mko ama ninyi mtakaribia tuimbe pamoja. Asante, niende huko. Ati? Nikuja katikati? Sawa, hata nikuje basi. DJ tupe muziki. Nikuje. Nikikuja na nyinyi mtakuja. Sasa mimi nitakaribia kidogo na nyinyi mkaribie kidogo. Ama tukae hapo? Hapana. Yes, fair. DJ tuko sawa? DJ nipe muziki basi. Nishuke chini. Lakini mimi ni mfupi, nikishuka mtaniona. Juu ya kule nimetoka. Aya, hiyo volume ndio mwisho. Alright, wasiweka mkono juu. Unaongeza volume kidogo. Juu ya kule nimetoka. Eka hadi mwisho. Wacha niduka Daudi. Brabada. Wacha ni toka mkono juu. Nasikia kuzitoka. Aha. Juu ya kule nimetoka. Kama bwana ngai. Wacha niduka Daudi. Brabada. Wacha niduka Daudi. Asante kwa niko haisi ndogo kio vile nimetoka famu kama kofi ya juu sio kama ngorio kama orio acha nizitoke kama toke acha nizitoke nina yeye matoke ile mikono juu kaza pasta shetani yako chini kama tasta ingiza mguka hai chini ya mwamba Zapa hizi muvira Abisu Wazito Kiona jifa mataisa Inazito Basi mikono juu za pasta Shetani yako chini kama tasta Nikiza mbuka haina plasta Tuzitoke twende fast Nasikia kuzito Nasikia kuzitoka Cheza gitaa. Cheza gitaa. Cheza gitaa. Angelichiwa ni nani? Wewe na church nani? Unamlinda Yesu nani? Wewe kuja basi. Mkono. Aya. Oyo. Tunashukuru niko sawa. DJ, ambia DJ wewe. Tunataka tusie. Jipigie makofi. Pigia pesetas makofi. Pigia Mungu. Tunashukuru niko sawa. so many blessings. Look around, now salute come and scout. Yes, him a coming in and going out. How many around about? If it has some book out and about, and we figure things out. I'm dead, no they chill. I be the same was it a feel. Ninafunga kama chill. Nikasuri kama bill. Time nimejawa na favor. Maisha yangu ina
Wapi makofi ya moji? Hey, tumshangilie bana. Yaani makofi ya moji siko serious. Hebu tujaribu tena. 1 2 3. So back to the stage, we have a small gift for you from Faith. So kindly come and receive it from Vanessa.
Thank you, Moji, for entertaining us, blessing us with your presence. We had fun. We shared the love of we had fun.
Sasa kila mtu ako poa? Kila mtu ako poa? Oh, I think we're going to get into a little bit of speeches now, and we're going to be having different people sharing on their space. Of course, was introducing us today. She mentioned that we have all the 10 teachers. Sema 10 teachers. Unajua teacher Novinta? Makofi ya teacher Novinta. Lakini sio ataongea leo. Tuko na teacher Judy ametoka Kawangware Primary. So teacher Judy, you could be coming up to the make your remarks. Yeah, wapi makofi ya teacher Judy?
My name is Judy Brown, as it has been said, and I'm from Kawangware Primary School. I teach grade 7 and 8. And I'm here to talk about the 10 program. And with me, I have also my fellow teachers. Maybe where they are, they can be upstanding. Maybe hurry up. Yeah, are my fellow PACE 10 teachers, colleagues, and they come from various schools. We have Ayub and Esther all the way from Kisumu County. And then we have Kimanzi from our neighbor here, Kiboro Primary School. We have teacher Yvonne from Kamiti Prison Primary School. And then we have also teacher Mike all the way from Kitengela GK. And lastly, we have teacher Elizabeth all the way from Maua Primary School. Thank you. I hope I've not forgotten anyone else. And also teacher Novinta, who has already been mentioned from Mathari Primary School. I got to join the PACE community as a volunteer. Celebrate Pacemaker International because of the impact they have had on our society, youths, children, and my fellow PACE 10 teachers. And I, through promoting access to quality education. After graduating from PACE Fellowship,
I got to partner, PACE got to partner with an organization known as AGE, and from there we had a PACE career development program where I also got to be part of. It was only for the PACE Fellows alumni, and from there I got to learn a lot together with my fellow alumni. We were taught some of the topics about CV writing, cover letter writing, choosing your career paths, and also about the root cause analysis on. And then in 2020, in November, PACE also had COVID-19. So we're here in Mathari School. In that, during that period, we were with a young man who is known as going through his further studies. So, group, that's how I got to know about the PACE 10 program, and I did apply without even second guessing, and here we are celebrating 3 years. I believe it's 3 years of us being PACE 10 teachers. A round of applause, please. I
in a class, but when I went to Kawangware Primary School, the first day I was given grade 2, and the children there were 82, and I was only alone. So it was quite an experience for me and also for my fellow PACE 10 teachers, because most of them, they had not really been part of a public primary school, and they had never encountered the huge number in classes as we had encountered in our first days during the beginning of the program. And right now, I can truly assure all of you that right now we are truly professionals, and we have got a lot of courage, we have learned a lot, gained a lot of knowledge and skill through this program, and we are entirely grateful. Also, what helped us to survive as 10 teachers, actually 10 does not mean that we are Tuko. Teacher Empowerment Network Program. So what helped us to survive during our beginning of the program was our monthly sessions, the monthly trainings, where we met and got to share our experiences and ideas with one another, because we all came from schools, from different communities, and somehow we got to experience the same problem in other schools. Us, courage, knowledge, as I said earlier, and also we facilitate our own. Remember also being the first one to facilitate a topic on self-awareness. I had never facilitated before and was so nervous, and my rate of nervousness also peaked higher when the entire PACE office, almost the entire PACE office came in through our first session, but somehow we made it through, and here we are. And so my fellow colleagues also, they did even better at facilitating, as they got to improve on where we each left some gaps. We got so good at facilitating that we'll also be invited to facilitate some CBC sessions for the fellows, and even for some got to travel all the way to Kilifi, like me in March. So to me that was a great deal, because I had never been to Kilifi, neither had I traveled by SGR. And earlier in the year, a friend and I were going to Makueni County. She happened to drive through the expressway, and I told her, Brenda, I believe that because this is my first time to the expressway, I know that also very soon before the year ends, I'll get through the SGR. And it may seem maybe little for some of you, but for me it was a great deal. And I really thank God for making way through PACE. I got to experience the SGR all the way to Kilifi. And also I want to appreciate the staff also, the PACE staff. They are so wonderful. They have been helpful. While I was traveling, it was at night. And some of them, like Pamela and Judy, they kept on calling to ensure that I arrived safe and sound. So as PACE 10 teachers, as I've said, we are really grateful for the opportunities Pacemaker gave us as the Pioneer Teacher Empowerment Network program. We have given our best to bring about quality education and impact in our schools because it has been beyond teaching and being everything to the children, being their parents, being their lawyers, counselors, inspiration, you can name them all. And I believe we will keep soaring higher to greater heights due to the foundations we laid through this organization and our 10 program. So congratulations, Pacemaker, for making it to 10 years. Viva Pacemaker International, for change, for children, for education, for youth. Thank you.
Tumpigie makofi tena. Our next speakers are very special people to us. They represent a group of people who give their time. Some of them give a lot of their mind, energy to finding solutions in our partner schools. These are the fellows, or also known as the teaching assistants or volunteers. Volunteers are special people because as opposed to just sitting comfortably and watching things just pass them by, they normally decide to do something about the problem. And they've put their hands into their work. They've been really pushing, and we really want to appreciate them. Let's appreciate our volunteers who work very hard in supporting our partner schools. And to represent them today is Leonard Asanga and Grace Karimi. I think they'll share what they've done both in the program and what they have for us. They're going to be presenting a song. Makofi. Mtu akikuja hapa unampigia makofi. Niliwaambia sio rahisi.
Thanks so much, Brian, for such an amazing introduction. Delegation from the Ministry of Education, our founder, Madam Peggy Mativo, Pacemaker International delegates, teachers present, and wanafunzi wa Mathare Primary School. Good morning. Good morning. Mkoaje? Yes, my name is Leonard Asanga. I serve as a fellow at Peacemakers International, and I'm humbled by this chance to address all of you in this auspicious occasion. So I personally have an exciting thought of our education system being like slightly empty bottles. So I want you to imagine that I have a bottle in my hand, okay? Empty bottles of water, jugs with water, and the whole process of filling up these bottles. So now these bottles are like our pupils in schools, and some bottles have closed lids and others have open lids. Whereas the jugs are like our teachers pouring in content to us so that we're able to master and continue in our daily engagements in life. So now with the circumstances we find ourselves with in our country's education system, sometimes it's a bit difficult for this content to go directly into the bottle. Some of these bottles have these are like pupils who might have had circumstances that make it difficult for them to learn much effectively. Where some of these bottles are open, but the jug is pouring so much content and it spills over. So what I believe PACE is like more like a funnel that ensures as much water as possible enters the bottles. For closed bottles, PACE opens them up. From this we see that clearly PACE fellows, PACE teachers, and the PACE fraternity does make an impact to the pupils and the teachers. So the question in mind is, what about its impact to we the implementers, we the fellows? I'll express this in song together with my fellow. Setting the pace. We know at 2 o'clock on sun, need to get to school, out of bed and run to the right one.
marking books in class, teaching children maths, making lesson plans. I want the home education. Hill means it's rolling, falling, doesn't stalling, but I can't pay, so no more warning, yeah. Thank you, face, for the chance every day to teach a student how to play, for providing a way to make a way for the children in the grass. And the parents without pay, for giving chances on somebody we could pay, for the mandazis on the trays, for setting the pace in a beautiful way. For setting the pace in a beauty, so we're living life in a different way. With space. So we're living life in a different way, cause providing a different play. We're setting the pace, we're setting the pace. Waking up to a common sun, need to get to school, out of bed and run to the right one. Marking books in class, teaching on plans. Our world is a home education's a ball. Our feelings it's rolling, future's falling, darkness dawning, but I can't pay, so no more warning, yeah. Come on, thank you, face, for the chance every day to teach a student how to play, for providing a way to make a way for the children in the classroom. Parents without face, for the chance every day to teach a student how to play, for providing a way to make a way for the children in the classroom. And the parents without pay, for giving chances on some money we could trace, for the mandazis on the trays, for setting the pace in a beautiful way. Setting the pace in a beautiful way, living life in a different way, cause space providing a different place, for setting the pace, setting the pace, yeah. So we're living life in a different way, cause space providing a different place, for setting the pace. A vision was born and a map was drawn, and the darkest night education led to the victory against illiteracy and consistency. Been a world is a home education's a ball, a weak filament is rolling, future's rolling, darkness dawning, but they can't pay, so no more morning. Da 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 da. Thank you, praise, for the chance every day to teach a student how to play, for providing a way to make a way for the children in the grassroots, and the parents without pay, for giving chances on so many we could raise, but the mandazis on the trays, for setting a pace in a beautiful way. For setting a pace in a beautiful way. For setting a pace in a beautiful way.
Okay, thank you, Leonard. So beyond partnering with the youth, the fellows, aka volunteers or teaching assistants, we also partner with schools, and we go in through, to support the teachers in the work that they do. And today we have a teacher, a head teacher rather, who is here to share with us how his journey has been with Pacemaker International. This is St. Pierre King Primary School or Savior King Education Center in Kibra. The head teacher is called Mr. Teacher Sami. He's going to be coming to share with us his experience. Please welcome him with a clap again. Wenye nimwambia tu, hiyo saa ndio routine.
Thank you, Brian. The Ministry of Education officials, the pacemaker leadership and fraternity, all the stakeholders today, good morning. It's indeed an honor to speak as one of the beneficiary schools under the pacemaker program. Just as you have been told by Brian, I'm Teacher Sami Victor Ndege, the head teacher of Savior King Education Center. So Savior King Education Center is an up-based school located at the heart of Kibra slums, just as many of the schools under the program of pacemaker are also located under the same environment. So the challenges in the slums are so many. So the slums are mired by challenges, lots of challenges that compete to dim the light of promising children. So in a bid to overcome this, we partner with organizations such as Pacemaker to spread hope and ensure the young dreams are not fizzled out. So we are lucky enough to have been shortlisted by Pacemaker, and the beautiful journey began way back in 2021. So our encounter with Pacemaker has been so beautiful. And I will confidently say that our school has never been the same, just as other schools under the same program. So we received our first cohort in 2021, and riding on the energy of youth, the first cohort was so determined on making an instant impact. They identified the gaps in the school, and in a record time, they set up a school farm in conjunction with other CBC teachers. This did not stop. The school was not able to afford enough books and the ICT center as a requirement for the curriculum implementation. So the cohort was able to set up a fully furnished library and an ICT lab for the school. They did this through writing proposals and also partnering with other organizations such as Safaricom. Time may not allow us to enlist all the activities and the March Fest has done for us as schools, but I'd like just to list a few. The TEL programs in our school has helped the children to improve in their learning. We have also had training of our BOM. We have benefited in human resource, and the volunteers have been able to fill up the work personnel gaps. The volunteers also engage learners in co-curricular activities, and they also act as mentors. So we have seen tremendous growth in terms of discipline and in terms of improving their abilities because of how the volunteers have been able to impact the learners, which is something so positive. I'd like to appreciate PES for thinking about such like schools that are undeserved, children that could not access basic commodities such as computers, such as books, but through the partnership with PES, we are able to access all that. And the child in the slums can benefit just as well as a child from areas that are better. My closing remarks is that we keep scaling beyond 10 together to Sibaki Nyuma, and we appreciate the leadership of PES led by Dr. Mturi, the Executive Director, for being on the ground and spearheading timely intervention that have gone a long way. So as we celebrate the 10 years, it is a gift to us as schools, gift to the children. Let's keep on forging ahead. Let's keep on growing. Let's keep on impacting the community. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Teacher Sam. Makofi tena kwake. So as we move along, I'm going to be welcoming Doris in a few. But now I want to acknowledge the presence of Madam Musioka, who is the Mathare Sub-County Officer for Education. Please, if you could wave at us. Tomu appreciate na makofi pia. Okay, so at this time, I'm going to welcome, so at PACE, we normally work with team. We have a team, obviously. They're seated just right in front of me. It's a great, diverse team. We're very different, but we come together and make things work for the betterment of you, the learners, and the education sector in the country in general. So to speak on our behalf, our Head of Strategy and Operations, Madam Doris Kyogora, is going to be making some remarks. Makofi tena.
Thank you, Brian. And thank you all. All protocol observed, ladies and gentlemen, children, good morning. Good morning. It's such a joy for me this day to be celebrating 10 years of impactful years of service as a staff member at Pacemaker International. I'm privileged to be part of an amazing team that has driven this inspiring vision this far. My journey for the last 10 years has been nothing short of fulfilling. When I asked some of my colleagues what excites them most about working at PACE, a majority reference to the lives of the children and the youth that we serve. I couldn't agree more. You see, for me, having worked in a different field before joining PACE, I could tell from week one that finally this is where I wanted to be and to spend my time, making a difference and being a change maker. And that is what we all do as staff at Pacemaker International. I joined PACE as an admin assistant back in September 2013. And through various training and development opportunities I got along the way, today I am a senior manager leading implementation of our work in Kenya and Malawi. Then this is a true testament of the growth opportunity that Pacemaker International extends to professionals. An opportunity that allows them to grow while serving and contributing to meaningful change in the education space and in the lives of the beneficiaries. As staff, our core values of passion, integrity, volunteer collaboration have not only kept us grounded, but focused on our mission and excellent service delivery. As I reflect on the last 10 years, I can't help but be proud of what we have built. I remember a time when we were just 2 staff members in a small office in town at Ajib House, with less than 30 volunteers in just a few schools in Nairobi. But today we are a team of over 20 staff members, both in the office and in the field, with over 117 partner schools across Kenya and Malawi, and we are still growing. The future can only get better. Personally, through PACE, I have met incredible people from all ages in different spaces, where I have learned a lot from them, and that has contributed to wholesome growth, both in my professional life and in my career, in my professional life and in my personal life. I have had opportunities to travel and be in spaces that have expanded my perception, challenged my assumptions, and enriched my experiences, especially within this development space. So as I conclude, please allow me to again appreciate our founder, Madam Peggy Ochola. Thank you so much for sharing such an inspiring vision that we get to spend our time doing, working towards. I also want to thank the board members for steering the growth of the people and the organization over the years, and the entire management team led by our executive director, Dr. Paul Moturi, for making this impact that we are celebrating today possible. And to all our partners, both schools and even our implementing partners, thank you very much for welcoming us and for believing in this vision. My prayer is that PACE shall continue to be a hub for growth for young people, a vehicle of transformation in the lives of communities such as Mathare, and a strong advocate for quality education for all children in Africa, and just to continue growing even beyond the 10 years. May God bless PACE and everyone that continues to work with us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Doris Kiogora is our head of strategy and operations at work. That means she takes care of us, the staff people. So ukiona tukiwa smile sana huko, tunaambia Doris asanti. So the next speaker I'm going to welcome here is the founder of Pacemaker International. And to describe Peggy would need you to spend the whole day just talking about how she took care of some of us. I met her when I was in high school. Akani recruit nika join pia kwenda kuvolunteer in a school called Parasile. She trained us single-handedly and just moved us from one point of life to another. She made us see what we can become and our role in society. So I'm just going to welcome her to make her remarks. DJ, if you could give us a song, Akombali Kidogo, until afike hapa. Aya. Aya.
Can you hear me? All right, lovely. My name is Peggy Mativo. I am the founder of Pacemaker International and very excited to be here. I'm here with this is my second born, Pace is the first born. So yes, excited to see all of you. And I won't talk for long because I think we've had a lot of things said. The one thing I want us to start by doing is just exercise. So when I say one, students, I want you to take your right hand and put it up like this. Right index finger up. All right? When I say two, you're going to take your left hand and put it over your neighbor's right hand. Like that, flat over your neighbor's hand. All right? So 1, 2, put your finger flat over your neighbor's hand. Flat, flat, flat. I'm seeing some people doing it correctly. All right, let's go back to 1. All right, and then 2, put your hand flat over your neighbor's hand. And then when I say 3, you're going to grab your neighbor's hand and save your finger, okay? All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, let's try, that was a tries X. And then, let's try that again. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. 1, 1, 1. I'm seeing people at the front. Look at, yes, our executive director is doing it. And then 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Meshika, aya. Then let's see now, when I say 3, who will be captured and who will be able to save themselves. All right. 2, 3. Yeah. This, all right, one last time. I think one last time. 1, 1. Billy, 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 Billy. I'm looking at this side, this side, this side, this side. Billy. This is one of my favorite games at PACE. And the idea is always, you know, that there's many good things that get said, but you have to choose the ones you hold on to. I started PACE. I remember it started as a dream. I thought about, I grew up here, so I was thinking about what can we do to make a difference. And I remember writing the dream on a sheet of paper before I was even sure what it would be. So to sit here 10 years later and remember something that started on a piece of paper like this one is amazing. The first lesson I had on my journey was just that you need to print your dream. You need to actually write your dream down. So once I had my dream written down on a sheet of paper, I started sharing it with different people. I went to a different set of friends, asked, do you think this is possible? What can we do together? So I began working with different people to just share something that they could see on this sheet of paper. And some people said it would be possible, some people said it would not be possible, but the only way to be sure about what was going to be possible was for us to try. So the first thing I said was print your dream on a sheet of paper. Can you say print your dream? I can't hear you. Print your dream. I can't hear you. Print your dream. Eight, I can't hear you. This side? Yeah, so the first thing is just to print, and it doesn't mean you go get a printer. You can actually write it with a pen or a pencil, but your dream has to go on a sheet of paper. So then afterwards, I went and asked different people to see what would be possible. And then the next lesson I learned is you need to persist in your dream. Can you say persist in your dream? This side, can you say persist in your dream? Through the of PACE, there are many ups and downs. Sometimes you'd go and try and explain, we're working with young people, and some people would not understand it, or some people would ask you, what can a young person do? Like David and Goliath, some people would be like, this little David cannot do anything. But the lesson I learned in that place, when you'd go and knock on many doors and people would say no, or some people would not be sure, would be asking for support and they'd say something no, the lesson I learned there was persist in your dream. So the first thing was print your dream. The second thing was persist in your dream. And the third thing was just going to be practice your dream. So the third thing is that the dream cannot be something that is just belongs to you alone. It's something that people have to see you doing. So every day I'd go to the office. Doris talked about us being in the office together, the journey. My good friend, yes, my good friend Mr. was part of that journey. So practicing with PACE until it actually became a reality. So for me, those are the three big lessons. Print your dream, persist in your dream, and practice your dream until it becomes a reality. And 10 years later, we're here celebrating something that started on a sheet of paper like this, but has grown. It's not just in Nairobi, it's not just in Kisumu, it's not just in Kilifi, it's even in Malawi. Makofi ya US iko wapi? Yes. It can start on a sheet of paper like this, and especially I'm talking. You can start a dream that is small, and then it will grow and grow and grow. The more you put effort on it, the more you invite people, the more fun. It's been a gift to be able to meet wonderful people like Ms. Go. 10 years. At least we must also come and celebrate the friendship that we've had. So thank you all for being part of this journey. Thank you for being part of our journey. Salamia.
Good morning. Kasemi. How are you? Ninawaambia kweli. Sikia nitarudi. So thank you so much. I'm humbled. All protocols observed. The director, chair of the board of PACE, CEO Mr. Muturi, Madam County Director, head teacher, school, and staff mates, my colleagues who have been with, na watoto. Hamjambo. Sasa unajua mtu akiwa na birthday haongeangi sana. mimi leo ni birthday yangu, kwa sababu PACE ikicelebrate birthday, hata mimi na celebrate birthday ya miaka 10. Tulianza pamoja na madam, na vile alikuja shuleni, sitatoa hiyo hadithi, but it shows determination. Kwa hivyo sana si kwetu, ni kwenu. Nyinyi ambao mko class 8, mko grade 8, grade 7, whatever, kindly is a spirit of hope with the challenges, but always determined to overcome. Madam Peggy has done that. She has a wonderful team who we have worked with in Ajude and Corazon. They have been very good friends of ours, of Madhari. We have really worked very well. And Madhari fraternity, if you don't know, the first computers that you got and a computer lab came Madam Peggy. That is rupees. Let us clap for that. Siku hizi huwa muna interact na computers? Haya, Mr. Usiemo amelala, ataamuka leo. Si ndio? Haya, Mr. Usiemo amesikia kama hamu interact, mutaendelea ni yenu. The library we can brag about, we have a library here. Actually, it was done also through the spirit of peace. There are so many good things peace have done for us. Even mentoring these girls and these boys. Si huwa walimu mnawapenda wale wanakuja wa peace? Wanawafunza nini? Mumesahau leo ni Saturday? Mulifunga jana? Oh, mumesahau? So you know what they do to us, how helpful they have been. To me, the 10th anniversary of peace, I'm seeing build 10. Possibly I might be there or not there, but I'm seeing peace 100 years to come. It is going to be global. It is going to be a giant. It is going to touch, because it touches the lives of these young people. Particularly accessibility where it was not. I think I have a long story, but today was not story time. It was just to say thank you, appreciate Peggy for the journey that she started. The team, Namuturi, thank you so much. You have a wonderful team. And all my friends in PACE, and of course my good friends here who are in green. Class 8, I wish you success. Thank you and God bless you. I return back the mic. Brian.
Thank you so much to the founder and to Mr. Kigo. Tupige makofi. So right now, before we go on with the speeches, I'm going to welcome Mathare Primary 8s who have a poem to present to us, and then we'll get now to more speeches. It's good to mention that there is lunch prepared for us all. Kila mtu atapata kitu ya kukula leo, sawa sawa? Kwa hivyo usitoke venye huwa mnatoka mkikimbia. So yeah, Mathare.
Okay. This one works. Let's give them a better clap for that. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Lucy Musioka from the Regional Director of Education's office, and also Susan Onyango from the Ministry of Education as well. We acknowledge your presence and you're welcome. The next speaker is a very, very special person. He's at the heart of PACE, our executive director. He's a man of very few words, but when he speaks, he communicates with a few words that he speaks. He's a visionary leader, a strategic leader, and a brave person. We as PACE staff enjoy working with him. We love him so much and we appreciate him. Kindly clap as we welcome Dr. Paul Muturi.
DJ, I think you can put something. We've been sitting for too long. You can stand up and dance a bit. It's a celebration, ladies and gentlemen.
Alala give me a shake. Nakasungala jalo the waste time. Oh na, me a on fire bazuka. Oh na, Mr. Money no the waste time. Mr. Money want to be your guy. Say baby don't find out the too shine. Unaka, show why me. Mr. Money no the waste time. Mr. Money want to be your guy. Hello, carry back a lot of filo. Take a phone over the waste too. Kumatingas, Shina say no falapa. Akata from Osaka, Fulala, Nishilu Japan. I want to go to the Japa. I don't like nonsense, we are covered. I don't like nonsense, we are covered.
Nikajaba siri nikameza pande moja nikabebeka zoze ulibebe hata mbele ya kirindi sikamii ya uwamba mlenge mamia ya maembe na marenge gesta kingi mwana kab chin ipike hadi kwa kab magati wangu ni madalkab katika kanyandara ni mawari lengenje kanyapiki ni Subaru niliachwa na karao nikatoka na kaparo mataro masa wangu ni kamari
Asante sana DJ. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Bwana DJ. the representative of the PS from the Ministry of Education, Bwana Moses Mwangi, the representative of the Regional Directorate of Education here in this region, Madam Susan Onyango, the Sub-County Director here in Mathare, Madam Lucy Musioka, the head teacher, Mathare Primary School, who is really hosting us, Madam Masharia, distinguished head teachers from all over, the board chair, Bwana Patrick Omeo, the vice chair, Madam Caroline Gadhuru, the founder who has just spoken to us, ladies and gentlemen, Madam Peggy Ochola, fellows, students from Mathare Primary, good afternoon. It's a celebration. Good afternoon. It is indeed a great joy for us to be here celebrating 10 years. So allow me to thank all of you for joining us on this auspicious occasion to be able to celebrate with the Pacemaker International fraternity. Thank you very much. Tujipigie makofi kidogo. Thank you. Allow me also to thank Madam Masharia and of course, by extension, Mrs. Musioka. Asanteni sana for hosting us here in Mathare. We don't take it for granted. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't work alone. I work with a huge team. The Kenya team, tafadhali msimame tu muonekane. If you are working in the office or in the field, please stand up. Tafadhali simameni. I can see Kimanzi seated. That is the team. That's the team I work with. An amazing team, including the two MCs. They work in the offices. Hebu tuwapigie makofi kidogo. Thank you. You may take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, beyond 10. Beyond 10. 10 years today, a young luminary walked out of her comfort zone and decided to do something. She walked out of her comfort zone, responding to the call of duty that was colluding with our moral compass. 10 years later, we are here celebrating an organization that is spanning 4 regions. What if she had just dreamt, and when she woke up, she did nothing? But our luminary did not do that. She dreamt, woke up, and did something. And today we are here celebrating 10 years of impacting learners. Madam Peggy Mativo Ochola, we truly celebrate you. Thank you for not only just dreaming, but starting Pacemaker International that has impacted thousands and thousands across regions. And today allow me also to really celebrate your mom. By the way, the lady seated next to Peggy is the mother. Mama, if you can just wave, tafadhali, thank you very much. That is where Peggy comes from. If you wonder, now see. It runs in the family. Thank you, engineer, for being here. She's an engineer, by the way, if you didn't know. Thank you very much for being here this afternoon. So it's been not as easy as we are making it sound today. It's been a journey. I can tell you it's been a journey full of sweat, full of tears, and full of prayers. But today, we are here not to cry. You can cry, yes, but tears of joy. We are here to celebrate. As we celebrate, I've got a question for you. What is that one thing that bothers you every day? You walk past it, it doesn't sit right. You run past it, it's not right. What is that one thing? Think for a moment. What is that one thing in your community, in your house, in your environment that doesn't sit right? Just ask your neighbor, what is that one thing? That was the wrong neighbor. Turn to the other one, ask them, what is that one thing? And wait for the answer, wait for the answer. Did they say something? Now, for that one thing, what if we all did something? For that one thing that got to do something. This is what our luminary did. This is what Madam Peggy Mativo Ochora did. She stopped running and decided to do something. And today, as we celebrate, we are calling on all of us that we should stop running, we should stop walking by, but instead we should do something. So ladies and gentlemen, beyond 10. So where are we today? We have trained over 2,000 youths. The fellows you are seeing here, this year we've done 373. But over the years, we've trained over 2,000 youths through our community-based teaching assistant fellowship. And they are the ones who support in the schools. We have supported schools, and as you've heard already, we are in 4 regions with even a US office as we speak. And in those regions, we are impacting 117 schools, as Madam Kiogora did mention. We do take teachers in our Teacher Empowerment Network program. And Judy Sakwa was here earlier on, she spoke to us. She is one of the pioneers of that particular program. And we do place this in schools, impacting young teachers. We currently impact 45,000 learners annually. Mathare Primary School happens to be one of the schools. As you heard earlier, there are head teachers here from even the coast, and we are really grateful head teachers that you created time to be with us. Madam Josephine, thank you very much at Teacher Kilifi Primary. We really do appreciate you that you came through. Of course, we appreciate Madam Mutinda for coming to us from the neighborhood, Victor and the others. So we do work with 117 schools. Currently, we are, of course, impacting 45,000 learners in those schools. We impact 10,000 parents through our parental empowerment and engagement. And this is because we realize that parents are equally important, and we've got to be able to impact them. We, each year, train 100 head teachers through our Head Teachers Summit, and this year is no exception. We are doing exactly that. We train boards of management to ensure that they develop proper academic improvement plans that go alongside the school improvement plans, because we realize that is an important cog in education. So we are doing all this through our 4 regions, having offices in those particular regions. And of course, the latest being in Salima, Malawi. We could not have done this without you. The Ministry of Education, thank you very much. With you as our partner, our key partner, allowing us to be in those schools to impact those learners, we are very, very grateful. And Bwana Mwangi, as you go back, please pass our love and appreciation. Madam Onyango, as you go back to the regional, please pass our love and appreciation. And also Madam Sioka, please let your team know that we do appreciate this partnership. We couldn't have done this without the schools. So I want to thank all the schools that we work with, the 117 of you. Thank you very much. We could not have done this without our dependable funding partners. And I want to thank all our funding partners, some who are following this online. We are both here and online, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you very much, our funding partners. And of course, the staff, the fellows, the alumni, all of you, we are grateful. So beyond 10, ladies and gentlemen, tell your neighbor, beyond 10. So what are the 10 coming years? What are they looking like? Number 1, we intend to pragmatically double our investment in schools and the youth. We are not going to drop ball. Friends, we are going to continue investing, And in the coming 10 years, we'll double our investment. Number 2, we shall support schools at a higher pedestal. You've heard Bwana Kigo speaking about the library and the computer lab. You also heard Victor Sam talking about the same that we did in his school, and we've done in a few other schools. Now we intend to continue operating in that higher pedestal to be able to impact your schools. We are with you the entire distance so that these learners can continue to do their best in schools. Number 3, if everything remains linear, you know in Kenya, things don't always go linear. We intend to open 2 other offices, one in the North Rift to be able to support the Asa region, and we intend to open a second office in Blantyre, Malawi to be able to serve the southern part of that country. We intend to have 2 PACE model schools, and there's a reason as to why we are going in that direction. It's because we want to have ideal schools where head teachers can go and benchmark and see what a proper school that is running all our 7 interventions, what does it look like. This is where we are heading, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be great next 10 years, and we are requesting us to be able to work with us. So, as Pacemaker International, we believe in education. As I finish, we believe that the future belongs to Africa. We believe the future belongs to Africans. We believe the future is for the black. We believe that the future is brightly black. This is what we believe. And we are not just saying it, we believe in that. So for us, education is a lifestyle. For us, education is for life. And this is what I would want the young people who are here. Mnanisikia? Mnanisikia? Turn to your neighbor, mwambie mbele kuko sawa. I am seeing some learners who are not doing it. Nitawaita mje hapa mseme. Turn to your neighbor. This is for the learners, ladies and gentlemen. Mwambie mwenzako mbele kuko sawa. Turn to the other one, mwambie mbele kuko sawa na masomo. Turn to the other one and tell them the future is bright. Turn to the other one, tell them education is a must. Turn to the other one, mwambie mimi na masomo ni hapa kwa hapa. So as I conclude, ladies and gentlemen, for children, for education, for change, for youth, for us it's not just a slogan. This is what we live for. This is our DNA. I am calling upon all of us to join hands with us as we move this wheel forward, and together the future is bright. So I wish to thank all of you for joining us, both online and here, for this auspicious occasion. Asanteni sana. Mungu awabariki. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Zikomo Kwambiri, for those Malawians who are watching us, we really do appreciate. And ladies and gentlemen, beyond 10. Thank you very much. Hiyo makofi mnaweza kuongeza kidogo. As you've heard, my bosses are here, the board is here. They are here in full swing. Able to party a board makofi. They are the ones who cast the vision. My job is to run the vision. And at this point, ladies and gentlemen, DJ utanisaidia nikishamaliza kuongea. It's my distinct honor to bring to us the chairman of the board to say a few words. Bwana Patrick Wameo, the floor is yours.
I go in a 10 years, see my wire. All over you to find. You got banana like monkey, body sweeter than turkey.
Hello. Can you all hear me? Is my voice too big? It's just big enough? Good. I'll start with acknowledgements. The representative of the PS Education, Mr. Moses Mwangi. The representative of the Regional Director of Education, Madam Susan Onyango, and Mrs. Lucy Musioka, the Director of Education, Madari Sub-County, my fellow board members at PACE, staff of PACE, headmasters and teachers present, Mrs. Macharia, the host headmaster, and all the students, good afternoon. My name is Wameo, and I'll be very brief. I am not a person of speeches. I work in quiet places. Today is an important day. So the first thing I want to do is to call the board members of PACE to show themselves one by one, those whom I work with, so that we can see them and thank them for being present. One has just arrived. I will call her last. I'll start with the vice chair, who is present. And thank you for that, Madam Caroline. Caroline Kaduri is the vice chair. And just arriving, just before she can sit down, is Madam Kitawa. Just rise that they may see you. Let's say hi. Also present is the founder, Peggy, is a board member. She'd been here before. One of us is absent today. Is a lady, Madam Wanja. That's a board of 4 ladies. I'm the only man in the board. And it makes a very beautiful place to be in. I guess I want to have just about 2 things to say. But before I say that, it's very tough for me because I grew up here. Just across, when you walk straight without branching anywhere, you don't do more than 1 kilometer. You cross the road to the Air Force, and the next building is where I was raised. So as I look at it, and as I remember where I came from, I tend to align with the challenges that we are solving at pace a lot faster than most of us, because I appreciate firsthand the difficulties that we go through in education systems. Number one, I think there are about 5 or so different types of leaders. The first leader that perhaps all of us remember are the ones that break the ceilings, the ones that the South African President Mandela represents, those who don't fear failing, and those in this particular session are represented by our founder. They go ahead and do something. They don't just talk about it. Then there are those that are represented by the legendary Catholic sister, who believed in doing small things. You do them because the small things add up. And today, when I remember in 2013, Peggy walking into my office and telling me about what she wanted to do, I'm among the people she mentioned she talked to. And today, when I look at what it has produced, those many small things have surely become big, and they are growing bigger. There are also those leaders that are represented by our own Emilio Mwai Kibaki, those who give you space to work, not necessarily standing behind you. And I guess that is what our board represents in this whole agenda. Our job is to make it for others to be possible to deliver the agenda. And you might not see us every day in the schools, but we enable what needs to be enabled to be done. I think the first thing I want to do is to thank the Ministry of Education, represented by Mr. Mwangi, Moses Mwangi, and all the others that are present, for supporting us in every bit, for giving us the space to help where we can in the public schools, and for giving us the support to work with the APBET schools that so really need this kind of support that PACE is rendering. And I say from the bottom of my heart, thank you, and thank you very much. I think I will also want to thank the fellows who offer themselves in terms of time and effort in difficult times, in difficult places, to be able to make it happen. Once again, I say from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much, because without you, this program would remain a dream. For the teachers in the 10 program who offer themselves to make it possible to provide learning education environment for the learners, again I say thank you very much for that. I stand here a good example of people who would have never been able to stand anywhere if no one made it possible for them. I am one of those people who benefited from such initiatives. It might have come from a completely different version, but I can tell you that it is not without the support I got from the Catholic Church, St. Mary Siala, and here at St. Teresa's, right here in Isli, that I was able to go to school, that I was able to volunteer as a teacher, and that I have been able to provide service. And it's not without such volunteering services that I have been able to support the Catholic Church entirely personally in time, and I give that time to them. And I give back just enough time. So for the younger people in the place that we are today, Madari Primary School, when I was here last, on the 21st of September 1995, this building was not here. This is the last school that I passed through when I was going to the Standard Charter Training School across. I walked across here. I want to say a few things to you because a lot of us come from difficult environments. And I have just one message that perhaps when we practice, things will be different. Education, and I repeat, education is an equalizer. Regardless of the depth of the pit that you came from. If you focus on books and read when you are supposed to read, and you pass your exams, you will get a scholarship. But if you don't pass, no one will give you a scholarship. And for those of us whose problems is lack of money, a scholarship makes it possible for you to go through school. I got a scholarship at the end of my primary education. And that is what made me go through high school. Initially as a priest, and now as a layman. So lack of money is not a problem. So at the end of class 8, there is Form 1. So if you do work hard enough, some and might just give you a scholarship that open all the other doors. To this date, I have gone to school. I have approximately 16 certificates to my name, and I don't think I have paid any fee for any of them, because a lot of it has been paid by other people. But the first step was to close that door. The first step was to read and to pass the exams, so that for the next step, you are telling others, I have done my part. If you can help me cross that river, it shall become. I guess the role of PACE has been simple and clear, to make it possible for those who don't have access to be able to have access to quality education, and so that we can pass these first stages of education. The other stages shall take care of themselves. Let's say they shall take care of themselves. Say with me together, the other stages shall take care of themselves. If I pass this stage. So it is my duty to make the best of what I have. And today, we thank you, PACE, for supporting us in this cause. So help me, God. Thank you.
Thank you, DJ. Thank you. Iendelee kidogo. Na mdance mmekaa tu. Itakuja baada ya hii. A quick reminder that we'll finish on time, don't worry. And there is enough food. Kuna chakula hamtamaliza. And learners, Mathare Primary, good afternoon. Thank you. So, learners, there is food for you as well. You don't run away. There will be food and enough drinks for everyone. That is how generous Pacemaker International is. Before I call the next, we have only 2 more speeches to go. Before I call the next, I love to ask questions. This is exam time. Learners, it's exam time for 500 shillings. 500 shillings. Who can tell us any two P's, letter P, that the founder used in her speech? For 500 shillings, who can tell us, learners, or any 2? There were more than 2, by the way. I'm only asking for 2. Yeah, come. Come. DJ, weka kitu kikuja. What's your name? Samuel Robi. Samuel, any 2 P's?
Peace and patience.
Murisikia hizo kweli? Haya, utakuja kwangu nitakupa 100 kwa kujaribu. Thank you very much. Finance right for me somewhere so that I can remember the names. Anyone who wants to try? Come. You can even come here. What's your name?
Kate Williams.
Any two, please?
Pace and program.
Okay, I'll just give her because she has said things that way. Those are not the P's, by the way. Anyone who remembers, even from the adults? Thank you. You come and see me after. Anyone who remembers? Yani tuko hapa tu. Tuko kwa hii njia tu pamoja tu. Come. It is profoundly important to remember things that are being said. Your name?
Agape.
Agape, give us any two, please.
Peacemaker.
Any other? Okay, 100 Bob. Andika Agape for trying. We allow people to try. Your name?
Fidel Castro.
Fidel Castro. Any two, please.
Print your dream.
Hey! DJ, hey! Asante sana. Let me allow the last one. Come. Your name?
Gregor Koth.
Gregor Koth. Any other P other than what we've just been told?
Mrs. Peggy and Madari Primary.
Okay, hiyo ni 100. Enda tukaa chini. Asante sana. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope Finance you wrote those names for me. The lady I'm about to bring on stage, she's a phenomenal leader. Madare Primary, good afternoon. Please, munisikize. The lady I'm about to bring on stage, ladies and gentlemen, is a fantastic leader. In fact, my first encounter with her was not as friendly as I'm saying it now. But when I got to sit down with her, I realized how great she is. She's a great listener. She will point you in the right direction. She will tell you the do's and don'ts. And she's a straight shooter. Madam Lucy Musioka, as you come, we celebrate you. Thank you for leading this region. You're a phenomenal leader. That's me saying, and the entire team at PACE. And we are so grateful that you left everything else today. And I know you have usually a busy Saturday, but you left everything to come and be with us. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for the one and only Sub-County Mathare Director, Madam Lucy Musioka.
It's the kids, baby. I really brings it on, baby.
Thank you very much, Dr. Muturi. To the representative of the PS, Dr. Belio Kipsang, Mr. Moses Muturi, the chairman of the board, Mr. Patrick Wameo, the executive director, Dr. Paul Muturi, the regional director of education representative, Madam Susan Onyango. There are 8 teachers represented here today from various regions. I'm happy to hear that there is somebody from Kilifi. I once worked in Ganze, so I'm known to Kilifi. All the Pacemakers family, teachers of Mathare Primary School, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Kwani mnasikia ubao? Nasi wamesema kuna mlo. Let me take this opportunity first to thank Pacemakers for choosing Mathare Primary School to hold the occasion today. And belatedly welcome you all to Mathare Sub-County. I always say my motto is that it is not as bad as it sounds. And there are very many good things in Mathare, including what you can see today. We also want to thank you for the good work that you have done Probably as you celebrate your 10 years, you may not know that out of your efforts, we know you have provided books, computers, and those people that assist our teachers to implement their curriculum and their responsibilities in the school. Our school has improved in the last 3 years. From a mean score of 221.15 in 2020, then in 2021, 247.39. So as a teacher, and more so a teacher of English, I know the best way to start off children is by providing them a reading environment. And that you have done by providing books and getting people to assist the teachers while they are away. We all know the government cannot provide, but it's a bit difficult to provide all the teachers. But those assistants that you give to us, and especially those who are already trained as teachers, are doing a marvelous job, and the results are visible. So thank you very much, and we are ready to partner with you, support you. That is why we are here today. Not that we are very busy, but when it is education, and more so the children of Mathare, we get out and support in full. Because I always say that it is not their choice to be born here, and when they are here, we don't give them more suffering by not providing what they require. You can see the energy with the children. Personally, I'm impressed by that young boy who answered about clinching your dream and being persistent. And in that regard, I'll give him 1,000 on top of what the executive director was offering. So 1,000 from me immediately, because that is a sign that we are very talented children in this area. And it is only when all of us do what is required of us that we are going to make these children realize their full potential. We also thank the other partners, as you know, it is not easy to work here. It is not easy to learn from here, but through several partners, our children are able to make it. So mine was not to give a speech, but to welcome the representative of the Regional Director of Education, Madam Susan, who was also a college mate in Moi University, and we have met in this city as we work, to come and give a speech on behalf of the RDE, and by extension welcome the representative of the chief guest, who is also the founder of Mathare Sub-County, Mr. Moses Mwangi. And when I look back, I think we are almost getting to 10 years. So we will also come here and celebrate Mathare Sub-County after 10 years and look back to what we have been able to achieve. Thank you very much. And so long as you are here, you are safe. Thank you.
Thank you very much, our lovely lady in charge of Mathare Sub-County. So, to the chairman of Pacemakers International Board, Mr. Patrick Wameo, to the CEO, Dr. Paul Muturi, to the representative of the PS, Mr. Moses, my colleague, Sub-County Director of Education, head teachers, and our great learners, good afternoon. Thank you so much. I know the children are excited, and that is a very good sign that Pacemakers is really taking good care of them. We appreciate you for what you're doing to our learners. I am not going to make a speech because we have our colleague from headquarters who is representing the PS. And so when your boss is around, you don't talk much. But I want to say that my first interaction with Dr. Muturi was in our office when he had come to Nyayo to seek authority to be able to partner with our schools in Nairobi. And the regional director sent him to my office, so that I could introduce him to the PS. So I had to write a letter to the PS introducing Pacemakers International and also saying what they do in Nairobi. So when we interacted with Dr. Moturi, he explained to me what they do in Nairobi. He gave me a profile of their organization. And I noted that they are working very hard to ensure that our children in informal settlement get access to education. The Ministry of Education is mandated to ensure that all learners get free and compulsory education. This is well stipulated in our Constitution, Article 53(1)(b). And in Nairobi, we have about 400,000 children of school-going age. 70% of these children are found in informal settlements. And they are not able, some of them are not able to access education like the rest of the children in the other parts of Nairobi. So when I learned what Pacemakers was doing, and especially in Mathare, I think personally I was touched. And I did that letter so fast, he didn't believe it. When I told him I would do the letter and send it to you via WhatsApp so that you can personally take it to the PS. And we shall also email the PS a copy of that letter. I am sure he actually had an opportunity to explain what they do in Nairobi, and the PS gave him authority to go on. And that is the reason the PS is represented in this meeting today. So as I conclude, I want to say that one of our mandates as the Ministry of Education is to ensure access, equity, and quality education to our learners. And I am happy because Pacemakers International, among many other education development partners, are helping us to ensure that this is done to all children of this country. We don't take that for granted. In Nairobi alone, I'm told we have over 1,000 of such organizations that are helping the ministry to realize this mandate. So we appreciate you. I'm not really here on behalf of the RDE. I thought she would be here, but I've just learned that she's attending another event. I was invited by the CEO, so I'm here in my own capacity. But because the RDE is not here, I will try to step in her shoes. And I want to conclude by saying that mbele kuko sawa, just like the chairman said. So watoto wa Mathare Primary, can we repeat mbele kuko sawa? Asanteni sana Pacemakers, and we wish you well in your beyond 10 years activities. Now it is my pleasure to invite Mr. Moses Mwangi, who is here on behalf of our Principal Secretary, State Department for Basic Education. Asanteni sana.
I've been hearing symphonies. Before all I heard was silence. A rhapsody for you and me. And every melody is timeless. Life was
Thank you very much, Madam, the founder of Pacemakers, members of the board, the chief executive, the representative of the county, the regional director of education, the sub-county director of education, the head teacher Mathare, and your colleague head teachers from various partnering schools, the learners, and everybody else present, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Allow me to make a few remarks before I read the speech from the principal secretary, because once I start reading it, I will not add anything. I will just read it as it is. The first thing I would want to say is that it's a pleasure for me personally to be back here. I was saying the last time that I was here, which was also my last function as the Sub-County Director of Education in Mathare, was when the late Chris Kirubi handed over this block to Mathare Primary School. It was a great occasion when we were allowed to move the students from the old compound to this compound. I'm also impressed because I was told that immediately after they moved out, we now have a secondary school there, which has already gone up to Form 4, and we also have a skills development center, and I want to believe that it is of great benefit to the people of Mathare. I'm also very happy to see the young students who are here. Allow me to appreciate all those who entertained us this morning. We were greatly impressed by your talents, and we pray and hope that you continue nurturing those talents. With those few words, allow me to read the speech of the Principal Secretary, and allow me also to state that he would have wished to be here, but is engaged somewhere else. He wanted to be represented by our director. Again, the director was also committed elsewhere, and then I was told to come and step in, and therefore allow me to read the speech. The Executive Director, Pacemaker International, the Regional Director of Education, Nairobi County, the Sub-County Director of Education, Mathare, members of the Board of Management and PTA, Mathare Primary, the Head Teacher, Mathare Primary, other heads of institutions present, other invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me much pleasure to have been invited to grace this occasion to mark the 10th anniversary celebrations for Pacemaker International, a great and treasured partner in the provision of education in Kenya. The government of Kenya is committed to providing quality, equitable, and inclusive education as it is provided in the Kenya's Constitution of 2010. Chapter 4 of the Constitution guarantees all the Kenyans their social, cultural, and economic rights, including the right to health, education, food, and decent livelihoods. Further, Article 53 provides that every child has a right to free and compulsory basic education. Under the Kenya Vision 2030, education and training is key in building human capital with the requisite knowledge, skills, and attitudes required for the country's transformation into a newly industrializing, middle-income economy that provides high quality of life to all its citizens by the year 2030. Therefore, the government is obliged to take measures, including affirmative action, to ensure that all children of school-going age access relevant education and training. To this end, the government endeavors to ensure that all public primary schools are adequately staffed. In addition, the government provides capitation to all learners in public primary schools every year. Despite its best efforts to provide adequate teachers in all public primary schools and secondary schools, there are several schools which have been experiencing understaffing due to the inadequate number of teachers employed by the Teachers Service Commission. Thus, the government welcomes efforts by Pacemaker International and other partners to support underserved schools in the slums, informal and rural settlements by providing additional trained teachers. It is our hope that Pacemaker International and other partners continue to support our schools to have adequate number of teachers. We commend Pacemaker International for having successfully deployed teachers in 97 schools all over the country. The government also continues to promote ICT integration in teaching and learning through the digital literacy program. When teachers integrate ICT in teaching and learning, abstract concepts are easily broken down and made easier to understand using educational videos, animations, among other aids. Lessons become more interesting, performance improves, and learners can become better persons in future. The available resources cannot enable the government to provide enough ICT equipment in all public schools. That is why the government continues to welcome any partner who is willing to assist any public primary school with ICT devices. The ministry thus highly appreciates the support given by Pacemaker International in developing a computer lab and a library in Mathare Primary School and other schools in the Republic. It is our hope that this support continues to be experienced in future. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, to whom much is given, much is expected. I wish to challenge the staff and the students of Mathare Primary School and all other benefiting schools to make use of these resources and post improvements in their results. Education is a great equalizer, enabling the children from the humble backgrounds to climb up the social ladder and become great ladies and gentlemen in the Republic. It is my hope that in a few years, we shall be seeing former students of the benefiting schools playing different roles in developing our country. We hope to continue partnering together in improving the standards of education in our country. May God be with us all as we continue partnering. Thank you very much.
Let's give Mr. Mwangi a better clap because that speech was from the Principal Secretary. Thank you so much, Mr. Mwangi, for representing Dr. Belio Kipsang. Thank you, Susan and Lucy, for representing Miss Margaret Lesuda. Thank you, Mr. Pachi Kwameo, for that speech, and Dr. Paul Moturi, as well as our founder, Peggy. We appreciate all of you. I'm going to invite the custodian of our brand, who is our communications officer, Vanessa Wanjiru, to give a vote of thanks. And also we have a gift for some of our speakers, because we are kind people and we appreciate people when they support us. There's the aspect of people and the aspect of passion that has been repeated by almost every other speaker, and I'd like us to take that home. Miss Vanessa Wanjiru, kindly come. Let's clap for Vanessa as she comes.
Thank you so much, Hilda. I stand here on behalf of PACE with a heart full of gratitude and immense appreciation for you, for all of you being able to grace us with your presence. To the dignitaries of the Ministry of Education, county government, board of PACE, PACE staff, head teachers, 10 teachers, learners of Mathare Primary School, thank you so much for being here today. This would not have been possible without you. This clear accommodative to your teachers, volunteers, our 10 teachers. I want to say also thank you to the PACE staff for their passion of being able to do their work with passion, following our mission and vision of promoting access to community education. And before I finish, we want to say thank you to important guests who have been able to be here today. We have something small. So I'll start with Mr. Moses Mwangi, who will be given this present with our ED, Mr. Dr. Paul Muturi. As they come,
nobody loves you the way that I do. Nobody can love you the way that I do. Baby, nobody loves me the way that you do. Nobody can love you the way that I do.
Ukisikia nafunga ndoa, marry you. Menisafisha madoa, niko wingu la blue. I'm gonna stick with you for wherever I'm coming through. Mambo yakienda mbaya, I'm gonna keep it cool. Kama ujisafa sahau, karibu sapa. Kwa bahati nzuri mapenzi yanaishi hapa. Sikio pata, sina matata. Jififi, wakapendeza, tatata kashi. Kama ni kwenye mahitaji, takupenda, moyoni nikupe nafasi. Takwa rambo, rindoni vita maji maji. Sitokupenda, kutenga, sitokujaji.
Naomba sana, naomba dua, nisije zingua. Nobody love me the way that you do. Nobody love me better than I. Sema sana, wataongea, wazidi umbea. Nobody love me the way that you do.
we'll also have our ED, we'll also give the gift. Madam Lucy Onyango, please come forward. Susan Onyango, sorry.
Nobody love me the way that you do. Nobody can love you better than I do. Nobody shows me the way that you do. Nobody do me the thing that you do. Maujanja, nampa, mauninja kufu. Anaruka, nainuka, nanguka pu. Ananipa, winja, wale tu. Honey, sugar, ginger, my boo. Sound taking care to mashallah, mashallah.
As they take pictures, we'll also be gifting Madam Lucy Sioka, and the one gifting her is our board chair, Mr. Patrick Omero. And finally, last but definitely not the least, she's been able to give us this space to be able to have this celebration here. Mrs. Masharia, you're welcome. And the one gifting her is our own founder, Madam Peggy Mativo. Please join us.
I stay high, steady on my grind. We no fear no one at all. Cause who I need my side. Energy 100%, oh, and them no fi comprehend, and them no fi understand. I'm catching flights and wait for chance. Nobody better than I. 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 Nobody better than I.
I say what you so you go with my pieces of life. Yeah. Enemies don't need to find enemies, so just to survive. Yeah. But the devil on my back, that's why I'm steady on my grind. You know where I'm.
As we move forward, I know as Space we are more determined to create equitable opportunities for the children we serve and creating brighter futures. So once again, thank you so much for being part of this celebration. And I'll welcome Hilda to welcome the next part.
Thank you so much, Vanessa. It's been 10 years, and what's 10 years without cake? If other people have cake on their birthdays every other year, we also ought to eat cake on this special day. Favor will help us cut the cake as we celebrate. Na msijali, kila mtu atakula keki. Si mnaona ni kubwa? Everyone will get a piece of the cake.
Hi everyone. Hi. Are you happy today? My name is Favor. I'm the cake matron appointed today. I'm really happy because this is a celebration and the Lord has been able to get us to this point. I'd like to invite a few of our guests to help us cut and embrace this celebration as we celebrate 10 years. I'd like to invite Mr. Moses Mwangi. Kindly, if you could come and join us. I'd like to invite our enabled executive director, Paul. I'd also like to invite our head of strategy and operations, Doris. I'd like to invite our very lovely founder, Madam Peggy Ochola. Kindly, please help us cut our cake. Also like to invite one of our fellows, Leonard. Leonard, please join us. And representing Mathari Primary, I'd like to invite one of our students, Leila, class 8. Let me just move down there so that I can guide you to how we'll be cutting the cake. Just one. Sorry, Mrs. Masharia, kindly also join us.